I was going to go in a similar lane as Shine, but I'm going to just quickly pivot to something Wiggy has said often, that if the current performance of the Boston Red Sox was any other team, every morning until the day he was gone would be 5 lines saying fire the coach or manager. They are undisciplined. They are completely and totally inept on the base path. They're sloppy. They don't improve things. They don't have things happen and then correct the mistake. Cora is losing it on the field. He's like screaming at umps every couple days. He wants to be like the Coastal Carolina guy and go viral maybe. I don't know. But the reality is he was helpful in 2018. He was not hired by Breslow. One of the two has to go at some point. And I just watched the Red Sox, and they are a disaster. I know they improved recently, the Devers fiasco, whatever, but just simple things like catching line drives or Duran getting caught in the bases. How many times? First of all, they don't get many hits. So when you're on base, it would be very beneficial if you didn't get cut off trying to make an extra take second when you're down 3 runs.
Yeah.
Like the whole
I mean, he was safe though.
Right, great. It shouldn't be close. You're down 3. Who cares about 90 feet? Like, I don't know what. To me, Cora's behavior signifies someone who feels like his job is on the line. And that, to me, goes back to the overreaction to going to the graduation, the way he's been on social media. The guy just seems a little on edge.
When it comes to the lack of execution fundamentals-wise, which you're talking about, do you put any of that on Craig Breslow and the over-reliance, or maybe not even reliance, the over-focus on analytics and on drive line and like all of that stuff, and it's coming from the top with Alex Cora that these are the things that we want you to focus on, and you don't have time to worry about the fundamental stuff?
But I would say the people in the analytics department would be the ones most outraged at a risk that doesn't justify the reward.
Right.
So, like, they would say, do not, if you hit it, if you get a ball down the line, down 3 runs in the 8th inning, and it's 50-50 or 70-30 to take second, don't allow that 30% to ruin the fact that we now have to get 3 more people on base. Like, that to me is don't take second in this spot because you're down 3 runs, and don't risk it.
And go ahead, Courtney.
Well, we also emphasize so much about whether it's AI or the stats or the analytics, but Craig Breslow is also a former player. Like, this is a guy that I think we maybe put too much emphasis on that. I don't see Craig Breslow just forgetting about all of his years playing in the majors to then only focus on numbers now in a front office. And whether or not that's coming from the top, I do think that there's a little bit more for Craig Breslow, that he has a human element to it, that he doesn't maybe focus as much as we believe he does.
Does he sound, when he's on with us every week, in any way, shape, or form like a human?
No.
No,
but he's not. He's not good with media.
He sounds like a cyborg.
But that's just a personality thing.
It's a personality
Well,
thing.
he made it. Did he not play in the majors?
He did.
So he made it to the highest level. He's clearly very talented when it comes to being able to play baseball. We're not talking about a Chaim Bloom situation who's just brilliant. We're talking about a guy who knows the sport inside and out. So I do think that sometimes we have to remember that I forget it sometimes, and I think of him more as Chaim than I do like an Alex Cora.
Well, I also think, like, how much is the analytics versus how much does Cora have the ability to manage? I think that there's no way you could tell me that Cora is one of the highest paid managers in the league and doesn't have the ability to say, no, we're not going to do this and we're not going to do that. I think the analytics are 85 pitches. We don't want Crochet going higher than that. I think the analytics are the drive line is what you talk about, Greg. Yeah. I think the other part of analytics is also, hey, we don't want Aroldis Chapman to go out for that second inning, even if it's to face one guy. But when it comes to running and it comes to, fielding mistakes, like, to me, that's managerial, and that's on the manager. When you're getting caught up in a double play and a rundown and then able to throw it to second and get another player because he's trying to sneak in the back door, like, to me, that's part of the manager and what they're doing when it comes to base
Okay,
running.
but these guys are also big league ball players. Like at some point, I mean,
doesn't matter, Greg. As a
fielding grounders in Fort Myers, Florida, you know, it's kind of late for that when it comes to trying.
Greg, let me tell you,
guys.
as a former player in football, I'll tell you this. Ty Law will tell you this. Ninkovich will tell you this. There are plenty of guys that are playing professional football who've been in the league for a number of years, and you look and you go, you still don't know how to get in a proper stance, or you still don't understand this. Like, that is, and there are so many, and listen to the guys that played for Bill Belichick who no longer were like, I thought I knew about football until I was coached by Bill. So there are a lot of guys who don't know some of these things. And I get it, you're a professional, you should know it.
Yeah.
But you'd be surprised as many of the guys who don't really know the little things.
Well, Curtis makes a great point. In the record over the last 5 years with Alex Cora at the helm is not good.
It's horrible.
It's awful. And so I don't know that we would accept it
No.
as fans with any other team, any other manager. You're right about that.